This is going to shake the table. This is going to shake the table. And I need y'all to gear up. Because as it is, we're dealing with a lot as Americans. We're dealing with a lot as people in America. Spit on her mouth, piss on her. You're not supposed to piss on her like this. You're supposed to sprinkle it. What the fuck? What is going on? Nigga, please put your hand on the book and you swear to tell the truth, nothing but the truth, all but the truth. And if you don't tell the truth, you going to jail or we gonna off with your head because, bitch, we don't have time for no lying and no games. We need the truth. Thank you. Yes, I will tell the truth. Bitch, the assistant is coming out about being sodomized. Now, I still don't know what sodomized means, so give me a second. What does sodomized mean?
Sodomize means have anal intercourse with someone.
And he fucked her in her ass.
We interrupt this program to bring you a special report.
Child, y'all, the girls are gworling. Child, y'all, the girls are gworling. The girls are gworling. So we have to come up in here and talk. Let me tell y'all. Happy Monday. Hey, how y'all doing? First of all, let me keep with y'all real quick. Hold on. This is very last minute, girl. I done broken it earlier today. I was not planning to come up on here today, girl. But we had to because there's an emergency hot topics we need to talk. Before we do that, let me tell y'all. Listen, I know. For those of y'all who missed me, who been asking for me, who all this stuff, y'all probably like, oh my God, bitch, where you been? Oh my God, y'all been texting me. Some of y'all, whatever, girl. And for a lot of y'all probably know who I am, and some of y'all probably like, bitch, who the fuck? Let me tell you, it's me, the HB. And if you don't know, wait, what's my intro? Hey, bitches, the world, it's me, the HBIC. And if you don't know me, get to know me because you want some of this baby bubble jiggle juice. Bitch, it's been a minute since I said that. Hello, somebody. Okay, now let me tell y'all. Now, I know we have a shit ton of catching up to do. Bitch, the last episode of the pod was probably like late last year or probably like January, I think it was. So we ain't been on the pod in a minute. Anyways, this is an emergency episode. So yes, we're gonna get to the catching up and stuff. I have been working on some things that are actually coming out very soon. So I'm actually not too mad about doing this emergency episode because it's not like I'm teasing y'all with like content because bitch, we have some things. Yeah. Anyways, but point is, so we'll catch up and y'all get the chance to catch up with me. Kiki, see where I've been, understand what's here, whatever. I'm currently recovering. So that's why I ain't been on the streets or whatever either. So I haven't been performing in drag either. So I haven't been posting videos or nothing like that. I haven't been posting nothing on my Instagram, girl, because like I said, anyways. But we ain't gonna get no spoilers, talk about too much about that because I don't want to give y'all some blue balls, tease y'all with some things and whatever and start talking about that. What we here to talk about today, why we here for this emergency, is for this motherfucking DIDDY. Ciao. Let me tell y'all. So I'm up in here minding my business, kicking it like a baby, doing what a baby do, just being me. Just being me. Be who you are for your pride. So I'm doing me, just chilling, whatever, doing my exercises. It's been a busy ass day. I'm, like I said, I've been working on some things so I've been, I'm in the middle of some stuff or whatever. Like, oh God, you heard about the Diddy thing going on, whatever. I'm like, oh yeah, I know the trial going on or whatever. But I thought they were still picking the jurors and stuff, because they were supposed to have the jurors picked by Friday. They decided to push it out to Monday because they had like 40 something. Had to narrow it down to like a certain, I think it was like 12 or something like that, or 16. There's like 12 of them in the courtroom, and then the rest of them are like for like standby or like replacements in case like something happens, somebody died, because it's law, and this whole situation is gonna get real messy because it's already messy, girl. So we never know. If somebody DIE. I don't know why I was gonna add extra letters. Anyways. So I'm like, okay, we got off the Zoom or whatever. I'm like, hey, period, let me tap into what's going on, girl. Girl, the case done began. They didn't give the jurors no time. They say, yeah. Thank you. Oh, you didn't come in so inside. It's okay. Yeah, we starting today, right now. We don't have time. So the case started today. I have all my notes, a shit ton of notes. So first of all, before we even really get into anything, first of all, if y'all never been here before, if y'all never seen this face before, or y'all know what's Seagull, you need to subscribe. Because like I said, we have some things coming on, some huge things, some entertaining things. Right now, we're doing hot topics. A lot of y'all probably like, bitch, I don't care about the tea. I don't care about what's going on with this shade, or whatever, or what's going on with this situation. So you don't have to. We have other content you can catch up on the channel, or you can go to my TikTok. That's down in the bio, whatever. But if you ain't never been here, like, comment, subscribe, press the little ding-a-ling-a-ling so you know every time I post. Bitch, baby, thank you very much. Because we're back clearly, bitch. We're emergency, and clearly it's new updates every day because now since the cases started, the trial started, bitch. It's today, tomorrow, you know. So every day we're gonna have updates because it's gonna be breaking news every day, bitch. Shit coming out from this case, witnesses, all this stuff, girl. If it's already day one and the shit's popping off, girl, I can only imagine by the time we get to Friday. Now, if it's a little bit too much for me and I'm noticing bitches a little too much going on, then we might just do a conjoined video and just like say, okay, we leave all the tea for Friday. But honestly, to be honest, girl, this shit had me all I could think about was Wendy Williams, bitch. I was like, where's Wendy? Where's Wendy? And Wendy don't take no day off. Wendy was there every day, Monday through Friday. So I'm gonna try my best to pull through every day of this week or every day of this trial to keep up with the tea that's going on there while it's hot and heavy. Now, as things start simmering down, you know, or whatever, we see that things start slowing down and whatever, we'll just keep it in the conjoined Hot Topics video. You know, we do have a Hot Topics, special Hot Topics video coming out later this week or whatever, with the Hot Topics of the week or whatever. So, that I can announce, yes. So that's exciting. I'm super excited to be back on Hot Topics. So we might just add the, these topics to that topic if push comes to shove. But as for right now, girl, things are hot and heavy, and we finna get up in this tea, girl. First of all, so I'm gonna be reading my notes because, like I said, you know, now again, don't be judging me. My eyebrows ain't done, hair ain't done. I have been surgerized for the past month. Literally had a big ass knee surgery last month or whatever. I shouldn't be dangling my knee off the couch as long as I'm going to be for this video, but we're going to do it because we have to push through. So yeah, don't be judging me. My nail broke or whatever. My nail dusty, a little overgrown. Eat my pussy, bitch. We're here to report the tea and do nothing but report the tea and serve the tea and give the cunt. No. Anyways, bitch. So this Diddy case. Let me slow down for y'all a little bit. Let me compose myself because y'all bitches probably like this whole talking a little too fast. So let's bring it down. We're not gonna go too much into how we got here because if you don't know how we got here, that's on you. Maybe I'll do like a breakdown video or maybe like in a Hot Topics video or whatever. Like I'll go into full whatever. I've spoken about it in the podcast before, Hot Topics before, when this originally came up, when Diddy was first brought to trial or whatever with the cat situation. And I believe the whatever J-Rod, the producer boy so whatever. So, but if you, just to make a long story short, if you don't know what's going on, so basically right now, Diddy's case is, this is a criminal case. Right now, this is a criminal, federal, motherfucking case, bitch. This is up, the government is up in this bitch. The feds is up in this bitch. The reason being is because it's a sex trafficking and racketeering. Right now, he's being like, he's being tried for sex trafficking, racketeering. They're also trying to try him for rape, prostitution, arson, like I said, trafficking, racketeering, those are the charges or whatever as of right now. So, because it's a more federal. So for y'all who don't understand, I kind of did, you know, studying criminal justice for a little bit because I really wanted to be a part of like that system. Like I just felt like, not like even like, you know, I just feel like I'm really nosy. I love the tea and stuff. So I was like, man, just like, you know, and I could expose the truth of the government. But I didn't want to put no bounty on my head, so I said, you know what, let me just do it in a safer way and just read them boots behind the camera and tea. And in a couple years when Miss Wendy passes her torch down to me and says, here, you can have my pink chair, but well, her chair is purple, so yeah, she's gonna be like, here, you can have my chair, but you gotta make it your own color. My chair gonna be pink or red, probably pink, because pink is a little more soft kind. And there's something. Anyways, so for y'all who don't know, there's different types of cases and stuff. You know, you have the whenever the government has to come in a case, that is more like grand scheme. Like obviously, like I said, trafficking, racketeering, things that are you know, conspiracies, conspiring against people, things like that. Like more grand scheme things that the feds have to take in because it's less of like, okay, like let's say a traffic ticket or traffic violation or you keep doing that or DUI or whatever. Like those things are not federal unless it becomes a point where you're a criminal that's like, you know, bitch, most wanted for those things, whatever. So anyways, I don't even know how to explain that much, but you already know. If y'all don't know me, listen, y'all ain't never gonna come to my channel and get anything completely like my brain runs at a million thoughts per mile, right? And right now my brain is running. Right now I'm having this conversation with you and I'm thinking about a million other things at the same time, and having a million other conversations myself in my mind. It's not saying that I have a whole bunch of personalities in me. I'm not crazy. I promise. But what I'm saying is, you know, but for those who don't know, and if you go back and watch my channel or you have kept up with me, whatever, girl, we a little crazy over here, but the point is, we just here for the tea, the juicy stuff. We don't really care about the little knick-knack paddywhacks. Y'all got questions about what's this mean, that mean, who's this, who's that. Go look it up. Girl, have you been living under a rock? Anyways, so, bitch. All right, let's start. Let's start with the notes. Some of these notes are gonna be all over the place. I try to group them together by like, okay, this is what the defense was saying, this is what the prosecution was saying. This is try to put things in notes or whatever. Okay, so the jury. First, let's start with the jury. The jury was chosen originally. I think last week they were talking about how a lot of the people who was chosen like a part of the 40-something was predominantly women. So people were concerned that it was going that like the defense for Diddy's side was concerned it was going to be like predominantly women, which is not going to favor Diddy at all because not really, but statistically, you know, you would think the women are going to side with women and side with, you know, whatever moral feeling, whatever emotion. So they're going to be like, okay, Diddy, bye. I don't care what the fuck. You're wrong. Go to jail. So they were a little concerned of that. They were a little concerned with race. They wanted to make sure it was like diverse or whatever. You know, the defense was really trying to make sure that the defense was being very picky and specific with who they wanted a part of the jury, which, girl, if we want to get into things, you know, let's talk about payments and all that stuff and all the sneaky stuff that be going on the lawyers, girl. We saw how to get away with murder on all them other law shows, girl. We know goddamn well that should be very motherfucking. Hey, let me just, yeah. Now, I want to disclaim before I get further into this video, I 1000% know that Diddy is motherfucking guilty. However, for the sake of my safety and for the sake of you know, all the crazy stuff that be going on, you know, I don't, if we do a conspiracy video, because it's technically conspiracy into proven guilty. I mean, proven, guilty, I guess. Or proven facts. Diddy got, let's just say he got a dirt sheet, girl. From killing his baby mothers to trying to kill other people for trying to speak out that survived. I'll be sure. I don't know if y'all saw him on Fox 5 the other day. Shout out to Fox 5, Rosanna, my New York peoples. Yes. Anyways, I'll be sure went up on there and they were interviewing him or whatever, and they were asking him, you know, about his book that he's coming out with or whatever later on this fall, whatever. I forgot the name of the title of the book or whatever. I think it's called like Do You Believe Me Now, or something like that. Or whatever the case may be. So he was asked, and this is for the first time he actually said it out loud that he is pretty sure that him ending up in the hospital and almost dying, that near-death experience and almost losing his life was definitely something orchestrated by Diddy and his people, specifically Diddy. But you know, Diddy has an entourage and he has people doing his dirty work. But he said we gotta wait till his book for shit to come out, and we don't know if he's speaking in the court and stuff yet. We don't know who's gonna come out and speak. We don't know what's going on because girl, today who came out and spoke, we was gagging. So yes, so. A little bit of a thing. They did confirm victim number 1 is Cassie. You know, when we did see about the other things he was being other charges he was being charged with and stuff, we know victim 1, 2, 3, there's a couple or whatever. Victim number 1 has been confirmed to be Cassie, so we know Cassie now. Cassandra, girl, and as you should, you know, and I just want to say I feel really bad for Cassie, because excuse me, I feel really bad for Cassie because she has to relive all of this, and she has to relive the scrutiny and the details and the trauma and everybody judging her and people, you know, the defense is trying to make it seem like she's the abuser and stuff. So them trying to flip that script on her, make it seem like her could be triggering. It just, I feel really, really bad for her completely. Like, honestly, like this man dead ass fucked up her life, and this man needs to go to motherfucking jail. He needs to be up under the jail. And back to my disclaimer from earlier, because I didn't finish the disclaimer. I strongly agree, strongly believe that this man is definitely guilty from all the things of, like I said, him murdering people, having to do with certain people's deaths, or threatening people, all these free calls, all these rapes and molestations and sex trafficking, all this stuff from not even the only girls, the girls too, because the men are gonna come out and speak eventually, girl. Because there's shits on the men that because J-Rod was just one that shook it up a little bit. All other men are scared, but there's shits on the men. Justin Bieber, Usher, and a whole bunch of more, but we're not gonna really get into too much. But yeah, because and see the reason why I feel like this, I was gonna do this video because, like I said, this is not how I wanted to come back to YouTube. I mean, to the chance. Now I don't want to come back on the same period because I haven't been gone from social media, at least Instagram, like posting it itself, like for a minute or whatever, my stories yet, but and TikTok yet, but at least for posts I haven't really been posting. But I just felt like we're living in like this. First of all, a lot of shit has been happening from Trump. Everything. There's been a lot of history making stuff going on. I don't talk about the political stuff too much because all I could do is talk about how I emotionally feel or personally feel because I'm not too educated in that. I don't know. I have always been big in pop culture, big on you know, hip hop, all that stuff, like big on all that. So all the dirt, all that stuff, girl. And even though I'm a bitch that's not really like, you know, I'm not out there, whatever, like whatever. I'm not like what is it called, publicist, journalist, or whatever, girl. I be having my ears to the streets, girl. I know people personally who've been to Diddy's parties. Hello, somebody. You know what? We gonna say that for the podcast. Anyway, but the point is, we're living in a time of history, and a lot of people are gonna go down, or a lot of people are gonna get exposed. A lot of things in hip hop is going to get exposed with what's going pop culture, period. Because a lot of people are going to get shaken up because a lot of shit's gonna go down. First of all, Illuminati's gonna get exposed. Hopefully, yes. All these things is finna happen. All the shit is about to get motherfucking crazy. And politics is already crazy, and now pop culture and all this stuff is about to get crazy, hot and heavy, bitch. And I said, you know what, bitch? Let's motherfucking Kiki and talk with the girls and talk about this history making stuff that's going on. Because I always, for a while, like, you know, growing up, I never was really big on Diddy. Anyways, I never really give a fuck about the man. Big for his music and stuff, all that stuff. I was like, you know, and I did kind of find Diddy kind of attractive at some point. Like sometimes I would see him, I'm like, okay, whatever. But after finding out all the things I used to find out when I first started getting into the pop culture scene and all that stuff, and finding out about the Illuminati, all the stuff, girl, and finding out about all the with proof and evidence, and then when I moved to LA and actually, I said, yeah, that's no. So I want to, like I said with the disclaimer, I'm going to keep my emotion, my personal feelings and how I feel he's, you know, separate. And not just be like, yeah, fuck it, yeah. I'm gonna try my best to be unbiased. Not unbiased, because I said what I said. He needs to go under the jail. But what I mean is I'm going to report all the facts first, and then we'll say how I feel after, bitch. So, period. Anyways, Cassie's victim number one. Jane Doe, we still don't know who she is, but so she's still unknown. She started to, but what we do know about her is she started to date Diddy back in 2020. The only reason she started the freak offs was to appease Diddy, because that's what he requires for the girls to do. Though he requires for the girls to get fucked by the men in front of him while he jerks off his dick in the corner like a creep. Sorry, I forgot. Not biased. Anyways, and then continued. So she continued to do the freak offs because she was forced, obviously, and at some point she was trying to choose the sex workers because she's like, bitch, if you're gonna keep making me fuck all these men, suck all this dick, and get all this dick and piss, and niggas coming up at me, to let me choose the people I'm having sex with. You start having any nigga up in my pussy, let me choose. He said, no. And he said, for all the girls, and from the reports that J. Rod, Cassie, everybody else said, that man, we already know this man is a weird, kinky ass nigga. Yeah. So we know that a lot of the weird shit that we be hearing is most likely true, as far as like a lot of the things that was said, like it was brought up multiple times today, how he lied for the person that was having sex with the girl he was with, or the people that he was trafficking, to come into and come inside of them. Make sure they came, because later on we're gonna talk about what happens if you don't come inside of them. He is disgusting. I don't like this man. Oh, I think my skin itch. Anyways, the whole family was in attendance. There was a whole bunch of people there. Obviously, everybody in media is there. Everybody and their mom is covering this or in it or spilling tea in it, trying to get inside scoop or whatever. The courtroom is packed the fuck out, bitch. Packed out to the T. So some of my sources, yes, it's coming from, we're coming from the news, we're coming from social media, not social media, because we're not taking anything off of, like I said, opinions, we're coming off facts. So people who was there, the news, all that stuff. So all this stuff is all, but I also, let's just say I still have some connects back in New York. So I was able to, double check the facts and make sure that with the other things that were, anyways. So, the whole family's there, all the kids, except obviously Love, the new baby or whatever, because obviously infant, why would you have the baby there? Now, I really feel bad for the daughters, because, to be honest with you, if I'm being honest, I low-key feel like the boys, not Quincy. I feel like Quincy is really just holding his tongue. I feel like Quincy is like really just like holding his tongue, and he's just like riding the wave until shit really pop off. And I feel like he also just loves his siblings so much. He don't want to lose his connections with his siblings. So he really wants to ride the wave and just like don't want to just say, oh yeah. that once he found that this man is guilty and stuff, then he can maybe like, you know, and stuff, and then start speaking out, whatever. But I just feel like Quincy in the future is gonna speak out and give us a tell-all about everything that's going on. We're gonna find out all the tea. That's, in my opinion, what I feel, because I feel like the other two, the one that looked just like him and the other one, because Prince, we already know he has a tumultuous or like not tumultuous. He don't got the most shittiest, like, toxic track record of dating or whatever. But we know he gets around in the streets and how he be with the girls, because, you know, he's been in the news, shade room teens, whatever, about his dating in the past or whatever with girls. But point is, I low-key think those two is low-key a little bit like his dad, and I low-key think like he had no cohorts. I feel like at some point, obviously, there's no way you keep this hidden from your kids for so long, especially the boys. And knowing that he groomed a lot of them boys from young, like Justin Bieber, all that stuff. Sorry, Justin, I know you keep getting strays, but babe, I want you to be healed, because clearly what you're going through right now, babe, is clearly aftermath from what this man did to you, and all the shit you had to go through growing up, and I need you to be free, baby. Free my baby, Justin. Anyways, where was I? Knowing that he was grooming these people and stuff, I low-key feel like he, you know, I'm not saying he was touching his kids. I don't have no proof about that or nothing. I'm not saying that. I wouldn't put it past him, but I don't have no proof of that. But what I'm saying is, I wouldn't be surprised if he was having his kid, like training his sons on how to do these things, or having his sons around these things from young on how to do these things or whatever. And low-key, I just feel like Quincy is like the one that like kind of the one like morally whatever. And I low-key feel like him and his dad is looking conspire or something or whatever, and like low-key like pop out or something. Anyway, whatever. So J-Rod also there, the one who, like I said, the producer who was working for him a while ago. I believe it was back in 2023 when the case was open against him. That J-Rod opened against him, talking about how he was, sexually, did he make sexual advances towards J-Rod multiple times or whatever, even had him and a couple of the guys come record music with him in the shower and stuff. Yeah, whatever. So first, let's get up into the defense, because I'm a little gagging with the defense. Clearly, the prosecution is big on, they're coming from a point of, okay, girl, like, because everybody keeps saying, like, the defense is making this point that they're trying to say, okay, whatever abuse was going on, whatever was going on inside his bedroom, this shouldn't be a federal case at the end of the day. The government has nothing to do with what's going on in his bedroom. The government got nothing to do with who he fucking, and if, granted, because the defense came out and said, like, yeah, like, I said, I put in the notes here, the defense admitted that Diddy has a temper, Diddy's angry, Diddy uses drugs, Diddy's abusive, we saw on the video, all this stuff or whatever. But what does that matter? And how does that involve the government? Why is this federal? When that shit is, when the average couple or toxic couples, like, there's abusive domestic violence or whatever the case may be or whatever, and the prosecution's arguing like, bitch, what the fuck are you talking about? Granted, we understand that the proof as far as like videos of the abuse and things like that is something that's showing domestic violence, but at the same time, that's also showing, you can see Cassie in the video trying to run away. And when he came back over there and he dragged that bitch from the hallway. Not that bitch, I don't mean it like that, y'all know what I mean. But yeah, anyways, because I feel bad, I don't want to disrespect Miss Mamas, because she's already been through enough. Miss Cassie, I'm sorry, girl, I'm sorry. So he went and dragged her. So clearly, even if she wanted to get away, they weren't able to. So what that show, even that video alone, just shows you the type of person he is, which shows you, especially being that the prosecution stating this man is a man that has a lot of power, a man who not only has power but also has money. So if he is able to tell a bitch you can't run away or whatever, imagine how many other people's viewing that, or other people like his security guards and stuff, and some people that have mentioned things or whatever, like Jaguar Ryan and stuff, that people who have said they seen things or whatever, or abuse, like the assistant that we're gonna talk about in a little bit and all that stuff. You know, all these whatever. So it's like, these things should show you, like, bitch, yeah, the abuse may be one thing, but this shows you the type of person he is and the amount of cover up. Because there's no way, especially if you do that out in the open in front of cameras, and y'all were together for that long. Yeah, there was multiple incidents and people have seen multiple things, but you had somehow, whether it was through fear, whether it was with money, whether it's with this, was able to shut people up, which shows that you have the power to do everything you know what's going on. And I just wanted to make a note real quick. Let me move my phone real quick. Y'all, I'm telling y'all right now, like I said, this was very last minute, so I didn't even have time to set the camera up or whatever, girl. So we are literally recording on the laptop real quick. Let me see what I said. I just wanted to point out Nancy Grace. Nancy Grace, my motherfucking bitch. I don't care what nobody says. Whenever shit like this be popping off, Nancy Grace is the girls that be going to for the clips because she be reading the girls down. Bitch, so this bum-ass veteran defense attorney, Eric Faddis, wanted to go up on the motherfucking thing because, you know, she was talking about a whole bunch of people who get it. Obviously, you know, this is big coverage or whatever. Again, this is big pop culture or whatever, history, I guess, or whatever. She's having a conversation with them or whatever. Eric gonna come in and talk about how using the video and things like that, like both sides are gonna be mudslinging. The video is like a part, like he was basically alluding that the video of her getting abused or whatever is mudslinging in the case because that has nothing to do with like what is being tried or whatever. She said, "What the fuck are you talking about?" So you saying that a video that is showing, and mind you, we're talking about rape, prostitution, arson, trafficking, racketeering. Now the reason we're talking about arson because I don't know if y'all remember back in the day. I think it was like 07, 09, I don't remember the year, but when Kid Cudi car went up on fire, and there's been rumors, alleged, everything I'm saying, aside from these things here, as far as like the deaths of the Kim Porters and the fires of the Kid Cudis and all that stuff, is all alleged. Only reason I say alleged because I want to protect my ass, and also truly, you know, those people haven't said it themselves. You know, I don't want no smoke. I don't even know bounty on my head, and we know how them hoes get nasty and down and dirty. Bitch, we live in Hollywood. I'm crippled. I don't got no time. I can't run. So no, thank you. Alleged, but. That's why the arson is there as well. That was one of the charges. So that's gonna come up as well. But again, the abuse, all this stuff, you know. So all these things is like those things are charges he has aside from the federal case. You know. So at the end of the day, it's like you can put things in those things, but the guy was saying like it's mudslinging because that has nothing to do with sex trafficking and racketeering. But Nancy Drew was like, bitch, what the fuck are you talking about? If he has all these charges against him, all these indictments against him, we have that video that proves most of the indictments are most likely true. And then on top of that, you talk about sex trafficking, which sex trafficking takes power. Racketeering takes power. Not only that, but if you sex trafficking people or whatever, that takes some type of abuse because the day that Cassie was running up out that hotel in the video, she was allegedly running away from a freak off. So if she running away from a freak off and you see in the video she come grab that hoe by the hair, I'm sorry, let me stop calling her names. I gotta clean up my mouth. Y'all, I speak vulgarly, so I don't give a fuck. Anyways, so when he came and grabbed her by the hair and dragged her and kicked her and all that stuff and dragged her back up into that room, was basically like, bitch, you're not going nowhere. You want to continue this motherfucking freak off, do what you have to do. Therefore, forcing her to be sex trafficked and get fucked and dumped in because they also brought up today about Cassie was choking on piss because he would have people pissing on her and pissing on her mouth and stuff. Oh, girl. Anyway, so we also wanted to make note. There was a reporter that wanted to make note that you know, that they kept mentioning how Diddy refers to himself as king, especially in these free calls. He refers to himself as king, and it's coincidental that he also has a crown tattoo, a king crown tattoo on the back of his neck. So that's just, you know, I mean, it's like I always say I'm the HBIC. Bitch, I got HBIC here on my titty since I was younger, HBIC over there, HBIC. Hello, somebody. Like I always say, a lot of those things like HBIC to me is not just a saying, it's a mindset. So, hello. So, the defense, like I said, they admitted to all that stuff. They're trying to say that, yes, he a bad guy, but, is he a criminal? Like, he has, now, like, he's a good guy who does bad things, or who did bad things, but does that make him a criminal? They're also saying that the women, these women like Cassie and stuff, the Jane Doe number 2, the assistant, the Jane Doe number 3, all this stuff, whatever, victims or whatever, they're strong women, and they made their own choices, their own decisions, and they're fighting, and that Diddy and them are fighting that like jealousy played a big role on all sides. You know, like he's a very jealous person, and he'll admit to the things he did, like the abuse and all that stuff. But you know, what they're also trying to allude to, what they're trying to paint a picture is that Cassie was also the aggressor. Which I'm like, okay, you can say Cassie the aggressor, but if Jane Doe, victim number 2, Jane Doe, and all the other Jane Does, come up to the forefront, and when we find out who they is or whatever, and they come up to the forefront and they admit to certain things, are you gonna also say they're the aggressor too? So how long is that gonna hold up in court? That's just my opinion. I just don't understand how you gonna think that's gonna hold up in court. Cause yeah, you could say Cassie was the aggressor in those situations, but what about the other two bitches? Let's be real. So they also stated that the defense stated that the reason why Diddy didn't want the video to be shown of that abuse thing was because he wanted to avoid it being seen to the public or whatever. He didn't want to fuck up his image, but he also didn't want Cassie to be embarrassed. Which, if you ask me, that's first of all, some toxic ass, nasty ass. Like, you have to be sick in the head to fix your mouth and say, I didn't want you to be embarrassed. You came up in here and beat my ass in the motherfucking hallway in front of camera. You already embarrassed me. You embarrassing me every motherfucking day. I gotta step up in front of these motherfucking people on this red carpet after you beat my motherfucking ass on the way here, and I had to cover it up with some motherfucking makeup and smile on the motherfucking red carpet. Allegedly. And I gotta stand up here in front of the carpet like... Cause this whole incident happened because y'all was in Florida for the whole, not in Florida. That one incident that happened in Florida when they were just a couple days from that award or whatever, and she got to go smile. After getting her ass beat the fuck up bad in front of that security guard. Girl, anyway, so let's get up into this witness. So again, we're gonna be all over with the notes or whatever, so we're getting to the prosecution in a little bit because I have some notes to go, whatever. So the witnesses. First witness they bring up to the stage. Flores. I didn't catch the first name. Flores was the security guard that was working at the hotel. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, it was the Intercontinental in I've heard like different locations at this point. I heard somebody say Culver City. I do believe that this hotel was in LA, if I'm not mistaken. I could have sworn when I had first heard of the case, this hotel was in Miami, but I do think, yeah, it was down here in Culver City, not too far from here. Or not Culver City, Century City. Or whatever fucking city here in LA. Whatever. So he was security guard at the time. Now he's an officer for the police department, whatever. So, he comes out, bitch. Now, he comes out, and y'all bear with me because I'm reading my notes, and my notes are all over the place. So if I sound a little choppy, girl, I don't got my glasses on. The sun is hitting my eye. Eat my pussy. So, first of all, he come out and say Diddy bribed him with cash, like hush money or whatever. He also says that there was another man in the room. When he sitting on the bed when he came over and knocked or whatever, when he came out to bribe him with the money. Prior to the incident, the reason why the security guard reacted and got alerted was because he was called that there was a woman in distress. So after he checked in with them, whatever, he kept asking Cassie, like, not bitch. He kept asking Cassie, he kept saying, Cassie, like, girl, like, do you need me to call the cops? Like, do you want to call the cops? Like, what's tea? She kept saying, no. She just wanted to go home. He then proceeded to, so this gag. So what happened was, now the police department, the government, they have multiple versions of the video that happened in the hallway. That specific video of the abuse happened in the hallway. Allegedly, the version we saw was an altered video. Not like altered, like, you know, like, because clearly you can't alter the abuse. So it's not altered to, like, make it look like clearly the abuse happened. But altered, like, allegedly the video's worse and longer or more happened. So he recorded a video himself, like, because he didn't know that, so what happened was, he had then went back down, came back up with another security guard. The security guard was pressing him or whatever. He was like, da-da-da. Diddy thought that the other security guard was recording him, like, recording the situation. The security guard then grabs him after Diddy snatched the phone out of his hand. He said, "Give me the motherfucking phone, you crazy nigga." And then he got the phone back. Diddy trying to punk everybody, but then he got punked. Right. So, the reason why I'm gonna say this is alleged because yes, granted the witness is on the stand and he is subpoena. He had put the hand on the jury Bible the judge's Bible to say I cannot lie, and if I lie, I'm going to jail because whatever. So hopefully all these words are true. However, the reason I say allegedly is because what the cross examiner said, which I do think is a good point. Low key, like the cross examiner Brian, I forgot his last name, but Brian is a cross-examiner for the defense side, comes in and cross-examines Flores and asks them, like, okay, you're stating all these things now, but why is in your statement, the statement from years ago, why didn't the incident report that you made to the police back then, why was there no mention of Cassie's eye being black and blue? Why was there no mention of the bride? Why was there no mention of the security you took up with him, took up with you or whatever, recording or whatever? And then in the incident, when you said something about the thing, you said something about him, but you didn't say man or whatever. Like basically like trying to fuck with him and like basically like really reading into it, like bitch, like okay, you saying all these things, but like you didn't say nothing in the incident report. You literally said that Diddy told her to leave. But then the prosecutor did the right thing and said, well, play the video. Let's play the video again. Does this look like a man that's telling her to leave? Because if the man was telling her to leave, he wouldn't have ran out the hotel room in his towel and dragged her back up in the room if he wanted her to leave. Because you came and you were alerted about the situation after the fact. You came upstairs talking about the vase is broken, check out time is soon or whatever, or David done broke things in the hallway and stuff that he needs to pay for or whatever. And the cross-examiner also brought up that maybe the money was never to bribe him and maybe the money was to pay for those things because he did mention how he had to pay for it. So, child, the cross-examiner low-key ate up that cross-examiner. The other one that they ate up, Brian ate up. But the other one they brought in, I heard that one was a mess, a boo-boo the fool. Anyways, but, so yeah, so, what was I saying? So Flores says all that things or whatever. So he recorded a video, sent it to his girlfriend. Allegedly, that's one of the videos that the authorities have in possession or whatever. So that's going to be shown to the court at some point or whatever throughout the next couple of days, hopefully. So yeah, so they're also trying to so what the defense is trying to do, they're trying to downplay the sex trafficking and make it a domestic violence case. Because if you make it a domestic violence case, even though it's fucked up, clearly, you know, that whatever, that's not a federal thing. That's a relationship thing. That's something you could take civil. That's a civil case. You could take that down to the civil case, bitch. And now it becomes just Cassie versus Diddy. You know, it no longer becomes the people or the state versus Diddy or the whatever, U.S. versus Diddy, whatever. Whereas now it's like the state versus Diddy or the people versus Diddy. You know, so it'll be a civil case. So they're trying to undermine it being a sex trafficking case and lean into it being a domestic violence case, which a lot of people saying it's stupid because it's still diminishing his character and fuck. Either way, Diddy's career is fucked up. I mean, not fucked up. Yeah, it's fucked up. Period. That man, like I said, deserves to be under the jail. And if anybody after this decides to do music with him or anything, even if he's found allegedly, I mean, if he not allegedly, but if he's found not guilty but innocent, even though he's guilty. If y'all think, oh, that's fine, like how y'all did with Jonathan Majors with that. But see, Jonathan Majors was a very, very small, minor thing. But the point is, you know, y'all did with that thing and y'all like, okay, well, we're going to still make movies with him or whatever, some people. But, you know, Disney let him go. They wasn't letting him back. But the point is, y'all that make music with him, all that stuff, girl, y'all are disgusting. And no, disgusting. No, he deserves to be under the motherfucking jail. And I'm really pissed because I feel like, even though it's federal, I think it really needs to be a case about everything. Like this, they need to bring everything to the forefront. They need to open up a wider range case. And I don't know why the fuck the lawyers are sleeping, but the lawyers need to wake the fuck up and make it a wider range case and connect the dots to the deaths of prior people and all these things. Pull out the proof because there's been proof in the pudding. There's blatant, obvious proof online that you can go see, and things that are way too coincidental will be like, oh, yeah. Did he do it? I think he did. Girl, so, yeah, so, and that's why I also feel like it's gonna be tricky for, like, him to be found guilty because you do have, granted, they all come from a diverse background and it's a mix of people, a group of color, white, all of that, for the jury, but it's 8 men and 4 women. This could be problematic. And I say that because at the end of the day, it's like, how do I say this without saying men ain't shit? How do I say this without saying fuck men and men are toxic and men are machismos and all this? How do I say that without saying it? Men ain't shit. So being that, my fear is the men doing the man thing and being like, you know, because if Diddy feeds into the jealousy and stuff, if they feed into him going off that time or making threats with the gun that they brought up today or whatever because she was with another man or whatever the case may be, if they decide to, you know, the men could feel that and be like, yeah, it's fuck that bitch or whatever. You know, when it comes to the jury, it can't be, it's not a situation of 10 versus 2 or 2 versus or 5 versus 5. Like, it's not a voting system like that. It has to, y'all have to come to a unanimous decision. It don't matter who likes what. Even if in y'all session, it's a situation where it's like, okay, 4 of us think he's guilty, 6 of us think he's innocent. Just because of that, y'all have, as a group, have to come to an agreement. So sometimes the decision could take days, weeks, months, because everybody has to argue and convince each other to, even if you're not fully convinced, but just to convince yourself to be like, fine, let's just close this case. And even if I think this man is guilty, let's just say, fine, I'll put my hands up because whatever. Or this man is, I think this man is innocent, but fine, let me just say he's guilty just to end the case. You know, so at the end of the day, I think it just bears a little problematic because, you know, guy code, man, how they are and stuff. And, you know, men are like, oh, you're for that bitch, she did that, whatever. I'm hoping that these people have moral, these people have hearts, these people are older. There's nobody younger than, I think they said 31. So I'm hoping that these people, these men, can just be smart. Think morally. Think about their wives, their girlfriend, or their moms, their daughters, their whatever, their sisters. Just think about them in those shoes and just, like, you know, think about that and kind of like be more of a human and think more of as a person and less as a man. I'm just really praying for that, because my fear is that at the end of this, because right now, based off all the evidence that's come out today, even though everybody who is morally right and people who are also educated with the timelines of everything and stuff, no, and the standing 10 toes on, yeah, fuck that man, he's guilty, send him to jail. Even the news reporters and all that, they're like, yeah, but let's be real. But then you have the people that's teeter-tottering on both sides, and at the end of the day, if we're talking about the court and when you're choosing jurors and you're hoping that they are going into it unbiased and going to go based off facts that's brought up in court and not the outside or what they know prior, because obviously you have to be tested, whatever, before you even are chosen. So, where was I going with that? You know, they can't go in with no preconceived notions, and they need to make that decision. Then what the fuck? Where was I going with that? My fear is that they are like, you know, both sides have strong cases. You know, both sides have strong, valid points. We can't decide, and then the men decide to go with the men raw and choose what they say. You know, that's my fear, that is that Cassidy don't get the justice, Diddy's not found guilty, and then he don't get convicted of this, and not only this, but also he gets convicted, and also everybody who needs to get exposed gets exposed, and everybody who needs to get justice get the justice they deserve, like Justin Bieber and Usher and all them other ones. Shout out to all them. Cause child, it's just too many. Odell, well, no, cause they said Odell Beckham and Naomi Campbell and Jay-Z and all that. Yeah, I don't know if they gonna have justice, cause I think I don't know. I like Odell. I don't know. Jay-Z married to Beyonce, and you know Beyonce, they say it's about Illuminati and stuff. And Naomi, I love Naomi and stuff, because people always say, "Girl, you look like Naomi Campbell." I mean, not right now because I'm crippled, but you know, point is, I just don't. I don't want my favorites to go down. I don't want my favorites to go down, or my favorites husbands or whatever. But whoever's guilty, send them to jail. We did it. And that's what I said. I said what I said. Ding dong, thank you. Anyways, okay, so back to this. We are gonna hear from Mia at some point during this trial. We're gonna hear from Mia about that was Diddy's former assistant, who then became his escort, because obviously she got tricked up into the fields of all this stuff, right? The prosecutors also bring up that they have proof of Cassie being forced to, like I said, to swallow someone's piss and to choke on someone's piss. He also chokeslammed someone. Oh, they have proof of that, of him chokeslamming someone. They mentioned they also mentioned there is videos. The footage has been found. We have gathered the evidence. We have the video footage of the freak-offs. So we are going to find out who are those people who are in the freak-off videos alongside with Diddy. So people are going to get exposed. This is going to shake the table. This is going to shake the table. I need y'all to be ready. And I need y'all to gear up. Because as it is, we're dealing with a lot as Americans. We're dealing with a lot as people in America. with Trump as president and everything going on, tariffs. Now this whole situation with the whole fucking what they called Taki or DACA, not DACA, Kuwait, Qatar, with the whole girl. Then the war, Putin, it's a lot going on. Then now all our faves, everybody's on tour, all this stuff, everybody, all this. You want to go to the escape. You want to listen to your favorite music. You want to watch your favorite on TV. And now they all about to start going down. Everybody be about to be depressed because now we not even gonna be listening to the same artists no more. The same look at the same sportsmen. The same girls about to be. Child. Anyways, what was I saying? So yeah, Mia, whatever. I said that. Oh yeah, the choke slam, the free calls, bitch, and people being high, the girls being drugged, all that stuff. There's proof of that. They're gonna come out with that. The assistant is coming forward about being sodomized. Bitch, the assistant is coming out about being sodomized by Diddy. Now I still don't know what sodomized means. So give me a second. Hey, bitch. What does sodomize mean?
Sodomize means have anal intercourse with someone.
And he fucked her in her ass. Yes. So the assistant was saying that basically, that the reason why they got into what they got into is because he whipped out his dick unprovoked and stuff, and then what they went back to the place, girl, and he sodomized her, which means he fucked her in her ass. Child. And she obviously said, girl, yeah, so when she come out, we're going to have a lot of tea from that too, but we're not even going to talk about how that much. We already spoke about the cross-examiner or whatever. Now, this is the gag. This is what we need to get into, y'all. This is where we need to get into the tea. Hold on. Let me see something. Okay, yeah. Good. Now, this is where we get into the tea. Now, the second person to come up on the stand was this man named Daniel Phillip. Was brought to the stage. Daniel Phillip, come to the stage. Thank you. Nigga, please put your hand on the book and you swear to tell the truth, nothing but the truth, all but the truth. And if you don't tell the truth, you going to jail or we gonna off with your head because, bitch, we don't have time for no lying and no games. We need the truth. Thank you. Yes, I will tell the truth. He come up here. Right. So, I'm gonna read this whole thing and we gonna get into... It's a lot. It's a whole lot. So, first of all, this man was... whatever he was before he was what he was. Then he became, at the time that this situation happened, he became an escort. He was escorting. So, Cassie hit him up. Hey. Mind you, if we hear anything about the cases, if you paid attention to the lawsuits before, whatever we know, Diddy was never the one to do the dirty work. Diddy was always sending people to do his dirty work. You never want the traces to come back to you. So all the hookups and stuff, the free calls and stuff was set up by other people. His assistants, set up by Cassie, was set up by all these other people. He was never the one, so he was always, in her ear, whatever, like, yeah, bitch, what's going on? Probably texting for her, pretending to be her, whatever. So he was tricked into going to her birthday celebration because she texted him talking about, hey, having a little party, me and my girls, me and people, come over, we need a dancer, yeah. So he goes to the birthday celebration, gets to the mansion. Hey, on the dance stuff. She opened the door on her lingerie, all bodied out, bam, because Cassie's the baddie, and bam, with her hair to the side, half, because I think this is when she was half bald, or whatever. And she's like, hey, look, it's just me and my man or whatever was T. So, like, are you down to come have fun, whatever? He's like, okay, I mean, I'm here, and y'all talking good money, so let me see what's T. Right. So, like I said, she's always the one being sent to do the dirty work or whatever, or whatever. Which is crazy, for you to send the person that you are trafficking and getting raped and forcing and drugging and abusing to do the dirty work as well. So if things were to go bad, it'll be led to her to make her look like the bad guy. Because that's literally... The way he went about things was literally like an egomaniac. And even though I know a lot of people, there was a speculation a couple months ago saying that, he's doing... Like when the industry starts getting exposed and stuff or whatever, he's good. Like I said, he's good. This situation is going to expose a lot of other people. This is like the straw that broke the camel's back, but he's not the worst. But like there's people he's under whatever, working for whatever. Whether that's the case or not, bitch, he's still, whoever constructed and orchestrated this shit was so orchestrated to try to make things and even fall in place and for the chips fall where they want to and how they want to when they want it to. Because even y'all constructing, having her do the dirty work meant y'all knew that at some point if shit was to get exposed, the proof was going to be that she was doing this and she was doing that. So it could look like she wants it. Y'all gonna try to convince people that she wanted it. She wanted people to piss on her mouth. She wanted people to come to the party and fuck her while she's drugged up and her man is stroking his dick with a mask on in the corner with like a fucking weirdo. Producing the motherfucking sex. Like this is OnlyFans, bitch. No. So, anyways, child, I'm disgusted and my leg is falling asleep. Anyways, so where was I? Oh, so I already said, so Diddy over here directing. Diddy think he a director. Diddy the director. Over here directing, oh yeah, don't come now. Yeah, fuck her like this, fuck her like that, spit on her mouth, piss on her. No, you're not supposed to piss on her like this, you're supposed to sprinkle it. What the fuck? What is going on? So not only is you a music producer, this, that, the third, you also director. Diddy the director. Ciao, bye. Anyways, so this is how the first link up happened. He comes over, whatever that said, whatever's tea. He begins to fuck on Cassie. While he fucking on Cassie, Diddy over here in the corner with his mask on, glasses, shades, all that, and a white robe, just stroking his meat, stroking, and watching. After the man come fast, the man leave. He came fast. I guess the pussy was good, tight, or maybe he just had it pent up for days, or maybe he just want to get up out there fast. I don't know if he's into cuckolding too, but Diddy's a cucker as well. Child, it's too much cucking going on. Cucking and cocking. I don't know. Anyways, so he was texted to come back, like literally 2 minutes after he leaves. Come back. He come back or whatever because he's offered some money or whatever it could be. So he wanted them to always do it raw. Like I said, he always wanted to the girls to get came in and stuff. So obviously he was always making sure, he was always telling, come in her, make sure you come. One time, Diddy faked. One time, the man faked it. What's the man's name again? Daniel DP. Daniel Phillip faked it. Daniel faked it and it said he came in her, but he didn't. Diddy come over and pressed him. He's like, I don't think you came in her. Did you really come in her? So he then proceeded to fuck Cassie how he want. He made him continue to do the fucking. But then he said, move, nigga. I'ma continue to do the fucking. Mind you, all with mask on and stuff. This is before. This man, all this producing, directing that Diddy's doing, all this transaction with Daniel Phillip, mask on, shades on. So this man don't really, like, up to this point, he still hasn't seen Diddy. He's heard his voice, all that stuff. So he could put 2 and 2 together. Or whatever, then obviously Cassie, he knows it together at the time. 2 and 2 together. He's been to all the locations, all the apartments, the Cassie's, Diddy's, mansions, apartments, hotels, all that. New York, LA, all that, right? Right. Oh, this one gets gaggy. Hold on. It's already been gaggy, but it gets a little more gaggy. So then the man's like, he wants to start using a condom because he started getting uncomfortable. He's like, I can tell, there was times he would go and he could tell he wasn't the only one that was up in Cassie. Like, he could just tell. Like, this is, happened a lot. So he would go over and, there was one time he was like, he wanted to start using condoms because he's like, I'm uncomfortable, bitch. Like, he said he needed to know what her sex status was. He was never shown her sex status. Mind you, now, this is a little tricky. Sources say, Friday, when the jury was being picked and they were like, these award questions are off limits or whatever because nothing pertaining to do to the case, the prosecutors did say we are not discussing and we will not take questions on Cassie's sexual health, sexual whatever. That is questionable because I can see why, if they, like I said, they lean into her being an aggressor or her being into it or whatever, it can deem bad because it's like, okay, why don't you want to, say what's your sexual status, but at the same time, it could just be very trauma. Whatever she's going through, reproductive wise, or STD or whatever, if she has that, I'm not saying she does, but if that is the case or ever did, HIV, whatever, that is most likely because of what Diddy was putting her through, period. So it's kind of even crazy for, I don't even know, for people even to think otherwise or whatever, whatever. Was never shown. He showed his test, nothing, whatever. So let me take a sip, girl, because this is about to get crazy, girl. So he said that Cassie was the one that requested a piss. He pissed on her. Well, Cassie and Diddy was the one that requested a piss on her or whatever. But the first time it happened, Cassie wasn't the one that asked or whatever. Oh, was like, oh, piss on me or whatever. But Diddy would be like, he was the one like, oh, you can't piss like this, piss like that. There was this one time, I don't know if it was more than once or whatever, but there's one time specifically he spoke about that he was there. And Diddy took Cassie into the other room after, I guess, I don't know, maybe he didn't like what was going on. Maybe she wasn't following the rules. He wasn't, I don't know. He took Cassie in the other room, and all he hears is her being beat the fuck up in the room. Thrown, slammed, choked, kicked, beat, punch, everything. She immediately runs out the room. After it's done, she runs out the room, runs into the man's arms, jumps on him, and immediately starts kissing him. While Diddy's creep ass is around the corner, and he didn't notice it at the time until he peeked over and peeped. The nigga's around the corner, stroking his dick. Mask on, just stroking. As to say, whatever was going on that he didn't like, or if Cassie said, I'm not doing this or whatever, or the guy said he didn't like, he took Cassie up in that room, beat the fuck out of her, said, bitch, you gonna go out there, you gonna do 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, or it's gonna be your ass again. And so get your ass out there and do it right now. And that's what the fuck she did. She ran out there and she motherfucking did it. And as far as like his code name was Black. Like that was the code name he was going by, or whatever. When the guy would show up to hotels or whatever, and like ask for like the reservation or the room or whatever, he'd be like, for Black, reservation for Black or whatever. Never by Diddy or whatever. So, child. That's day one. Girl, it is only day one, bitch. And all this is going on. Y'all, listen. All I'm saying is, like I said, I said what I said. I said how I feel. This man deserves to be under the jail. Under the jail. Not over, not in it, not penitentiary, under. Because the acts this man has allegedly, again, to say my ass, protect my ass, but y'all can look up the evidence y'all want. The things that this man has allegedly done, the murders, the abuse, the arsons, the setups, the trying to kill people because I'll be sure survived, the stealing money and not paying on his artists or whatever, the trafficking, racketeering, the drugs. This man needs to be going under. If he is found innocent, there was some shenanigans going on. That men in the jurors was paid or bribed or threatened. I don't know. I feel bad for all the kids, well, the girls specifically. The boys, they're old enough, not even old enough. Because I do feel bad for them too. Because if they're not like, even like Christian and Prince, if they're not like his dad, I mean their dads, if they're not like Diddy, and they are good and or whatever, I'm just hoping that they're learning and they're seeing what not to do rather than, become the same type of monster their dad was, or that their dad was to them, or what they witnessed, or what they're finding out now. The girls left the courtroom and stuff or whatever because they couldn't handle it. They left the courtroom twice. They didn't come in one. The twins left, or two of them left. Two of the girls left the courtroom the first time. The second time, all three girls left the courtroom, whatever. That's just minor detail. I guess it's just, just to show that, like, the girls are obviously bothered by it, triggered by it. They're being shown the videos in slow motion of their dad doing crazy things, abusing women and stuff. And now we're soon going to start showing videos of him drugging and having sex and all these things with these women. So it's about to get crazy, and I feel really bad for them, especially because they're girls. I feel bad for all of them because they've all been lied to and used and abused. I really hope that, I understand that that's their father, and they want to have hope that he's a good man. But I hope that when they find out that he is guilty, that they see him for who he is and distance themselves from him and do their best to be the opposite from him and to get the help that they need, because even though they don't notice, this shit is going to damage them if it hasn't already damaged them. But this shit is going to damage them long term. Their career and everything is going to hinder them. They're always going to be asked about this. No matter what they do, they're always going to be Diddy's kids. it's just going to be very bad, like as far as mentally and emotionally for these kids. And I just really hope that they just are together. And no matter how they feel or who feels what, whether one feels guilty or innocent, whatever, just be together, be siblings, stand by each other and hold each other down. And just know y'all got each other. You feel me? Yeah, I just pray for y'all and hope everything is clear, child, because girl, it's messy boots. But anyways, y'all, we gotta end this video. It's an hour long, almost goddamn near, girl. So I need y'all to do me a favor. Like I said, like, comment, subscribe, press the ding-a-ling-a-ling, because we will be covering this every single day. This is day 1 on Monday. What's today? May 12th, Monday 2025 is the first day of the trial. Y'all will most likely be seeing this Tuesday morning, as early as 9 a.m. East Coast side. So if you're in New York, bitch, you're seeing this by 9 a.m. If you're in LA, bitch, you woke up and it's already posted. So yes, it will be posted Tuesday morning, and then I'll record day 2, Tuesday's updates, and y'all will see Wednesday. So we'll do it like that or whatever, so I can make sure I let the day pass by and get every little bit of detail, reach out to sources, whatever I need to come to y'all, report it. Like I said, y'all stay tuned, because we got some things coming out, some things, whatever. Like I said, I know y'all miss me. Y'all want to find out what's here, whatever. We want to kiki and stuff. We gonna kiki. We gonna really talk, because I missed y'all so much. This is not the way I wanted to come back. I did not want to come back this way. I wanted to come back the way I planned on coming back, but I had to, girl. I just felt like something told me, bitch, we have to talk about this. This is crazy. So yes, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and bitch, I'll see you again tomorrow. I mean, hey, we're back, bitch. Yes.